Hi guys, and welcome back. Again, our mission, your life on your terms. Whatever that means to you, that is what we want for you. And today I want to talk about the easy way to become a millionaire. Yeah, it is pretty straightforward. You have to do a few changes initially, but then if you're consistent, that is a very great likelihood that you too can become a millionaire. So, what I've looked at is actually the average spending of a US family today. Well, actually, the numbers of 2016, but still. The average family has an income of $74,000. Out of that, three big blocks in terms of where's the money going: housing, transportation, and food. Those are the three biggest blocks, and housing is by far the biggest. So 1/3 of an American household and their income, or actually their expenditures, is going to housing. Three big blocks. These three blocks represent 62% of the average family's expenditure. So why am I saying this? Because if you are one of these, and obviously it will be individually, but I'm just assuming and using the average numbers because it makes it a lot easier and obviously a lot more sense for me to do so. So if you are in the region of the average US family, looking at only three things, we can basically say if we can do something with these three things, big things will happen. There's one thing saying, okay, I'm going to work this morning, or maybe driving, whatever, passing by Starbucks, oh, I need to buy my morning coffee at $3 or $4 or $5, depending on the country. And that's probably okay. That might be a tiny thing in the big picture, but 33% of all of your expenditures every month, that's a lot. So if you want to change something that actually has a significant impact on your wallet, you should look for housing part, transportation, and food. And it doesn't mean you need to change a lot of things, but maybe you can think about it a little bit differently, and also think about what the potential consequences could be, or what my alternative cost is. So what I'm saying is, if we were to look at, say, housing, for example, the biggest expense, it's quite funny when you're reading the statistics saying that the houses in the US have grown dramatically over the last few decades, size-wise. So the space that people have is becoming bigger and bigger, but to be honest, we are probably using less and less kitchen, living room, bedroom, and maybe just a couple of them. So one big thing would obviously be if you can change the way you live and how you live. So obviously, in the end, everything is going to depend on two things. What is more important to you? Your financial security and your financial freedom, and obviously your retirement, or keeping up with the Joneses. That's the thing, right? If you feel like we need to have that house, we need to redo the kitchen, we need to redo the bathroom, or we need to have a new car, we need to have that, whatever, because what are my neighbors going to think? They have it, maybe whatever. Priority of life should be quality of life, life on your terms, no financial worries. I do not want you to be like 60% of the American population constantly worrying about money. No. By taking control, making some changes, you will make sure you always have money. And this is probably one of the easiest way to make the big changes and see a big impact and relatively fast. So, look at the housing. Is there anything one can do there? Live smaller? Do we need to live as largely as we do? Or can we even change location? Why have we chosen a specific location? Is there a different location that we'd be happy with, that would maybe cost us a lot less? What are we paying in interest on our mortgages? I showed you quite recently actually how much 1 percentage point on your mortgage in interest can have a massive difference over time. We're talking about hundreds of thousands of dollars because you might be paying 1 percentage point too much. Because your mortgage normally lasts for 40 years. And if you pay too much every month for 40 years, instead you could have done something else with the amount that you paid. You should probably have a look at that one, but that's a different topic. That's one small thing that will have a massive impact as well. So housing is one. So any changes you can make, or even maybe you can rent out a room to generate some extra income to compensate. Everything helps, right? The second part was transportation. I did a separate session on cars and buying new cars and the cost of cars and so forth, the financing part and also obviously the running part. And most people have 2 cars, and on average I would say they cost about $500 a month. Depreciation, fuel, whatever, parking, whatever it might be, right? If you can remove 1 car or even buy a cheaper car, you're looking at a potential saving of up to $500 a month. That $500 a month could go into your account, put aside, and it would have a tremendous impact. The third thing, food. Never ever bulge when it comes to the quality of food you eat. Natural food, real food, no man-made food and processed crap. Good quality food will mean healthy life, active life, low or no medical bills. So you're investing in yourself and your health and your families, and that will have a tremendous impact on the quality of life you will have going forward. And I'm betting you're gonna become pretty old, and so am I. So the better we take care of ourselves and our bodies, the better. But at the same time, it doesn't mean I need to throw away money on crappy stuff or even good stuff. So simple thing to do. I did a separate post on this one as well. Check out the stuff you're currently buying food-wise and say, is there a similar shop or another shop selling the same products but at a lower cost? When I did this here in Sweden, compared to stores, grocery stores, same products because they're the same owner, and we could buy the same product and the difference was between 10 and 20%. Same exact product, same brand, same everything, 20%. You might think, 20%, it's only a couple of bucks. No, it's not. It's actually X thousands of dollars per year. But again, that's a separate post. So what I'm saying is 3 big blocks: housing, transportation, and food. If you change those and lower the costs with 15%, for the average family, that would be $500 a month, still in your pocket. If you took those $500, looking at history, no guarantee that history will repeat itself, but we don't have anything else to go with. So if you took the $500 every month, automate. You don't want to do something manually every time. You put up a structure, you automate it so it happens for you. So every month, $500 goes into investment account. It gets invested in general stock market, and fingers crossed, like crossing all my fingers, the performance over the next 30 years will be similar to what it has been over the last 30, 40, 50 years, around the 10% mark. If that happens, your $500 a month in 30 years time would be $1 million. Potentially, I'm saying, you don't have to change anything in terms of the quality of your life. You can live well, but maybe you can live slightly differently. You can still have a car, maybe you can adjust a little bit on the car, or if you have several cars, and you can still eat the same stuff, maybe just look at how you expand that and how much you pay for your food. So you're getting the same quality of life, but at the same time your account is growing like this every month, and if performance is with us in the stock market, give it 30 years and you will be a millionaire. The only thing you have to do, look at your current expenses, how you're spending your money, see where you stand, and see, okay, what is it that we can do, and is it more important to us to feel financial security, no financial stress, looking at a bright future with even more money, or is it more important to keeping up with Joneses? You make the decision, but anyone can make these changes. And if you feel this is not possible, there's no way in hell we can change anything because it has to be like the way it is, okay, put it like this. If the government came to your house, knocking on the door, saying, "Hello, Mr. Smith, we have a new tax. Your income and your income tax has gone up with 10%. You'll say, I don't want to pay more tax. I'm paying too much tax already. You can say whatever you want. The government's already decided. You are going to pay 10% more tax. When that happens, you're gonna say, yeah, you'll panic for a while, but then you realize that 10% disappearing from your account every month. Guess what? You will adapt. Either you will adapt to the lower income, or you'll just make more money because you feel you need to make more money, so you'll find a way to make more money. So my question is, if you feel you can't change on anything, how about you, instead of the government, impose that tax on yourself? Call it a wealth tax. So you impose a wealth tax on yourself of say 10%. Basically you just decide, well, instead of the government taking 10% whenever they want, I'm gonna take 10% for myself, the first thing I do every month, put it away, invest it, based on your, well, investment profile and risk profile and so forth, for the long run. If you do that, I am very, very comfortable. Again, your financial worries and financial stresses will disappear because you will adapt, you will have the money in an account, you will see the money consistently growing, and if you invest, yeah, it can go up and it can go down, but if you're long term, you're for sure doing something very, very good for yourself and for your family and for the quality of your lives. So this was just a few of the ideas, but look at the three big blocks: housing, food, and transportation. Those are the things, those are the biggest expenses of the average family. And if you can make things happen there, there's no doubt in my mind you can become a millionaire.